Another area of focus for the Commission has been the facilities available at the polling stations. We had instructed all COs and all DOs to visit all major polling stations to see and to ensure that all assured minimum facilities are available on all the polling stations. And like AMF, like drinking water, waiting area, electricity, ramps, toilets has been made available at all polling stations. All polling stations shall be necessarily located at ground floor for the accessibility point of view. They will be equipped with all COVID mitigation facilities like sanitizers, thermal scanners, masks, gloves, so that they are absolutely safe to our voters. And in view of the pandemic situation, the maximum number of electors at a polling station has been reduced from 1,500 to 1,250. With this particular reduction in the number of voters at a station, we have to increase our polling stations to 30,330 more. And now the total number of polling stations is 2,15,368. So the number of polling stations have been increased by 16% than the earlier assembly elections of 2017. Another significant indicator of the pressure on polling booths is the average number of voters per polling booth. By reduction of these numbers, our numbers of range from 672 in Goa, 688 in Manipur, 699 in Uttarakhand, 862 in Punjab, and 862 in UP. So these are comparable to the best in the world. On an average, these are the numbers for per person for polling stations. So all stations are less than 1,000, and you see 688, 699, which is very comfortable, and we can give a very good polling station experience to the voters. As a part of our firm commitment towards greater constructive participation of women in the electoral process, Commission has mandated that at least one polling station managed exclusively by women shall be set up in every assembly constituency. Our officers have identified even much more than that. There are 690 assembly constituency, but we are setting up a total of 1,620 such polling stations that will be totally manned by women staff and the women security personnel as well. This will definitely empower the women, will set an example for others. The women can come freely to cast their votes without any hesitation and without any problem. Similarly, some polling stations will be exclusively managed by persons with disabilities. That will also give a sense of confidence to the persons and an inspiration to others. We have made special arrangements for PWDs. Commission is truly committed to ensuring a comfortable polling environment to persons with disabilities. They shall be given priority for entering polling booths, provision made for designated parking spaces close to the entrance of polling stations. Volunteers shall be available to facilitate PWDs. Wheelchairs will be arranged. All polling stations will be having a gentle ramp so that there should be no problem to our persons with the disabilities. We have made arrangement for the postal ballot facility for absentee voters, and 3 types of absentee voters have been identified. That is the senior citizens with the age above 80 plus, the PWDs with the benchmark disability, and those who are COVID affected. A polling team consisting of 2 polling officials along with a videographer and security will then go to electors' house along with the voting compartment and get the electors to vote on the postal ballot. That is just like ECI at the doorstep of the voter. Candidates will be provided a list of such electors along with route chart and a schedule so that they may send their representative accordingly. Therefore, there is absolutely transparency as far as this absentee voter is concerned. We have also given a facility of online nomination to the candidates. This is an optional facility, and we would like the candidates should use this facility so that the physical contact can be reduced and online facility can be fully utilized by the candidates who are coming for contesting the poll. Friends, another important issue is the candidates with the criminal cases. Each and every voter has a right to know the background of the candidate. Among other measures to ensure ethical elections, emphasis is also given on mandatory publicity of criminal antecedents. Candidates with criminal antecedents are required to publish information in this regard in newspaper and through television channels on 3 occasions during the campaign period. Besides this, it is also mandatory for political parties to upload on their website at the home page detailed information regarding individuals with pending criminal cases who have been selected as candidates. Along with the reasons, the political party will have to give the reasons as to why this particular candidate has been selected and no candidate without any criminal antecedent was selected, and benevolity is not the criteria for the same. And the details will be published within 48 hours of the selection of the candidate and not prior to 2 weeks before the first date of filing of nomination as was done earlier. The details of such candidates will also be available on Know Your Candidate, that is the app developed by the ECI. Measures for ensuring peaceful and transparent polls. All critical events will be videographed to closely monitor the proceedings on the poll day without violating the secrecy of the voting process. The Commission has directed that arrangements for webcasting shall be done in critical polling stations and all polling stations in vulnerable areas, or at least in 50% of total polling stations, including auxiliary polling stations, whichever is higher. We have seen the preparations of the officers in this regard. The officers have been guided that absolutely on objective criteria, the critical stations and the vulnerable areas should be selected. And I'm happy to say that at least more than 1 lakh polling stations across the 5 poll-bound states, which is roughly 60% of all polling stations, are covered by webcasting. To ensure further transparency, the officers of the civil services drawn from IAS, IPS and IRS and other account services shall be deployed as central observers in the coming elections. Nearly 900 observers, general observers, police observers and expenditures observers will keep a watch on every aspect of elections in the field. The special observers will also be deployed if necessary. Webcasting. Another important issue is the expenditure monitoring. As you are all aware that only 2 days before we have increased the limit of candidates for the elections as far as the expenditure is concerned from 28 lakh to 40 lakh. As per revised limits pertinent to these 5 elections, the limit on candidate expenditure for the state of Punjab, Uttarakhand and UP will now be rupees 40 lakh, and for Goa and Manipur it shall be rupees 28 lakhs. And this is also has been increased in view of keeping the digital modes of communication and the campaigns. The Commission has zero tolerance towards abuse of money power and misuse of the government machinery, as some of the political parties have mentioned to us. Officials have been instructed to monitor expenditure-sensitive constituencies and ensure comprehensive and coordinated actions. Conducting inducement-free and ethical election is of a prime importance for the Election Commission of India. Commission, wherever had gone to all the 5 states, held meetings with all enforcement agencies, whether it is from income tax, the DRI, the excise department, the railways, the airport authorities. All enforcement agencies were met. We met all the enforcement agencies. We saw their positions. We directed them that no illegal money, no illegal, this alcohol or any freebies or drugs can be distributed. They will have to, increase their efforts in this regard. We had monitored the seizures which were made by them so far. We have asked them to expedite the seizures. We have asked them to block the flow of liquor into their states which are poll bound. So a comprehensive plan has been prepared by them also. And again, when we will go, we will have to examine it. We have to see that we are absolutely for inducement-free elections in all the 5 states. Voter EVMs in all the polling stations, the EVM and VVPAT will be utilized, and Commission has already made arrangements to ensure availability of an adequate number of EVMs and VVPAT for the smooth conduct of elections. I'll also mention about the important IT tools which are important for the election purposes. And the first is the Suvidha app, which has